welcome to my channel, Oracle Intuitions. My name is Catherine, and this is your weekly reading for August 17th to the 24th. We're going to be looking into the energy of the mind, body, spirit. We're going to be looking into relationships as well as pulling a card from the universe. So all of the cards that I'm using today, I'm actually using cards that I haven't used for a while. The first ones we're going to be using are the Archangel Animal by Diane Cooper. We're going to be using the Animal Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine, as well as we're going to be pulling out one of my very first decks. Now, I've had this deck, I don't even know how long I've had it for, but it is the Mermaids and Dolphins by Doreen Virtue. And I do have the Oracle of Mermaids. This is by Lucy Cavendish. So I'm going to be using all of these decks today. All of the links for the cards that I am using are going to be below in the description box, as well as links to my Facebook, my Instagram, and my website. Now I do personal readings. You can check my Facebook page. That's usually the best place to find most of the information, or my website. All the organites that you do see in my videos are created by me. These are all made by me. So if you're interested in any of those, if you're interested in purchasing any, if you're interested in a perhaps custom design, by all means, please send me a message. Again, probably through my Facebook page is the best way to reach me, and that's at Oracle Intuitions. Just one little thing. Somebody said, I saw this post last week. Oh, and also I just want to let everyone know the timestamps for each of the signs are going to be below in the description box. So if you don't want to listen to my intro, if you just want to, if you don't want to listen to the whole reading, by all means, just click below, find your sign, click on the timestamp, and, go right to it. These are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone, but I do recommend that you taking a look into your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. Also, I do welcome cross watchers, but please remember, if you're a cross watcher and you're seeing something about, your person's sign that you're not liking, I'm sorry, but the messages that are coming through are going to be for the person that I'm reading for, right? So if it's for, Pisces, I'm reading for Pisces. I'm not reading for the cross watcher. So please keep that in mind. So one of the things that I actually found a little amusing this week, there's, as I do my readings now, I use cards that I just feel resonated to for that week. I just, I sort of ask spirit, like, look at what should I use this week? What am I feeling drawn to? Sometimes I just pull up a deck like today that I haven't used for a while. And I mean, I haven't used this deck in, oh gosh, probably years, but I used to love it. It used to really resonate with me. But then I saw this post on Facebook, and somebody was saying, oh, anybody that uses Doreen Virtue's cards, I won't even watch their videos. And my response to that is, by all means, just don't. We as readers, there's going to be things that we resonate to. There's going to be things that, maybe perhaps not. But I can tell you, as a reader, I've been doing this for a long time. And, it's not about the cards. It's about the energy that's coming through for that particular reader. And for me, when you are a reader, when you are somebody that is supposed to be tapping into conscious energy, okay? So, as a reader, we have to put aside our prejudices, right? We have to put aside our own baggage. We have to put aside our own thoughts and feelings towards a situation and go with what is coming through for us. And if somebody is going to limit themselves because of a particular person or a reason why they're not going to use a deck or whatever it is, for me, I don't resonate with that. Okay, so, if for whatever reason you don't like Doreen Virtue or any other reader, cards that I use, I have probably, over 100, 200 decks. Like, I have a lot, and you can't sit there and just, oh, somebody might not like this and somebody might not like, I can't work like that. I have to go with what resonates with me. And at the same time, again, as a reader, as somebody who is tapping into universal consciousness, you have to remain open. Okay, and messages might come through for a particular reason, or maybe I'm drawn to that deck for a particular reason, you know, for that week or however it is. So that is my little message for today, I guess. And I truly appreciate you watching. I really would appreciate if you are watching to subscribe, click that notification bell so that you will know when new readings come up. I have an amazing one coming up this week. I'm so excited for it. This is going to be an interactive tarot reading. So it is going to be guided by your own intuition. Okay, so this is not only a way to kind of tap into your own higher self, but it is going to be a way to receive the messages that you need at that time. It's going to be a timeless video, so it's going to be one of those videos that you can go back to time and time again and get the messages that you need, but again, guided by your own intuition through, you know, through me. Hope that makes sense. But I'm so excited for this. It's going to be out sometime this week. Again, click that notification bell so you do receive the message coming up saying that it's ready and it's up and going. For those that have subscribed, I truly appreciate your support. This means a lot to me. When people subscribe to your channel, not only is it a message to you that, you know, what you're doing has worth for that person, but it also really helps to support the channel so that I can keep, you know, continuing to do free readings. So, you know, likes, shares, all of that stuff, it does put me into, you know, so that more people can see it. The more subscribers you have, the more likes, the clicks, the shares, all of that are so greatly appreciated. I can't even tell you. So thank you so much to all of you, and have an amazing week. Take care. Capricorn, welcome to your reading for August 17th to the 24th. We're looking into mind, body, spirit, as well as relationships, and pulling a card from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Just check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. All right, let's see what is going on for Capricorn this upcoming week. All right, for the mind, we have the turtle. It says, be joyful and trusting. For the body or external, we have the swan. Demonstrate grace and majesty. Majesty. We have the snake for spirit. Live according to your divine essence. These are actually really beautiful energies. I really feel like there's some sort of opportunity coming forward for Capricorn in some manner. I feel like there may be an opportunity for you. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity for you to demonstrate this grace and majesty is what is coming through. I'm also feeling that be joyful and trusting. You know, I feel like for some of you, you may have, I don't know where this opportunity is. You're going to have to take a look, you know, as to what it is that you're trying to manifest for yourself. But I keep getting the word opportunity come through with the snake energy. Live according to your divine essence. So I do feel that you need, okay, so this is what I'm hearing from spirit, okay? I feel that for this upcoming week, that you need to actually put your energy into where it exactly is that you want it to go. So I feel like as you're moving forward throughout this week, there may be some sort of surprise opportunity that appears to you. This could be something small. It could be something large. I do feel that it is something that you need to put that trust in, okay? You know, move ahead with joy, move ahead with trust. I feel like there's going to be something that appears. I do feel like this could be, again, sudden, or it could be, maybe it's an opportunity that you've been waiting for in some way, but it does feel that there has to be, and energy here, I'm actually feeling a very joyous week coming through. So it feels like what you need to do this week is what I'm picking up, and what I'm getting from the energy is like to go through your week in a place where you're joyful, trusting, just knowing that the universe is working for you. Because I feel like with this energy where it says live according to your divine essence, it is saying that there, again, it's bringing some sort of opportunities to you. I feel like, you know, to try to avoid getting into a place where you're getting you're feeling discouraged, or you're feeling like things aren't happening fast enough, or maybe that you're not seeing those opportunities come away or come before you. I do feel like, again, you know, it might be even just a small opportunity, or it could be a large one, but I'm feeling that whichever it is, even if it is a small one, there is something behind that. Okay, so what I'm getting here is, even if it's a small opportunity in some way, this could be offered, you know, maybe a different job, or, you know, maybe it's something along that line, maybe a different location, maybe, you know, I just feel like there's something coming through. This even could be, you know, within your romantic life or your relationship life in some way. I do feel, even if it's not exactly as you were hoping for, I feel like that opportunity is leading to something. Okay, so I hope that that helps, because I'm really, it's the word that just keeps replaying: opportunity. An opportunity of some sort is going to be presented or come through. And I do feel that demonstrating that grace and majesty in accepting it, having that joy and trust that the universe is bringing you some sort of divine guidance, some sort of divine essence, in order for you to live according to where you are supposed to be. Okay. And again, you know, depending on where you are, what your position is, all of that stuff, I do feel like this could possibly be a career of some sort. It could even be just the opportunity for a job. I do feel, obviously you have to trust, you know, your mind and your gut and everything else. But I feel like for most of you, you don't need to sit there and overthink it or overreact on any. Again, even if it's not exactly what it is that you were hoping for, I feel that there's something bigger beyond that, is what I keep getting. So let's get some clarifying cards, because I'm really actually curious as to what is coming through for you. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be something where you have to demonstrate some sort of grace, okay? Or demonstrate, you know, just it's being in your power. Like that swan is very majestic. She's very, even if it's not exactly what, again, what you're hoping for, or maybe it's not the exact thing, it feels, again, like something is behind it, and it feels like you need to take that opportunity, because this is also in the external, right? The external part of ourselves, where I feel like something coming in, it's to take it, or to take a look at it, demonstrate that grace and majesty, right? Because it feels like, again, joy, trust. Put trust in the fact that the universe is bringing you something that is going to enhance what it is that you are, or your goal is, or what it is that you're wanting, you're desiring at this time. Okay. All right, let's take a look into some clarifying cards. Eight of Winter. So it does talk about, it's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when really you aren't. Trust that God will lift you to new heights and give you greater self-confidence if you affirm your freedom. So again, I do feel like there's going to be something coming through that is going to help increase something. But again, if you take a look at it and you feel like this isn't exactly what I wanted, this isn't exactly what I was hoping for, it feels like there is an opportunity to be released. It basically meaning that the opportunity might be bigger behind what it is that you're being presented at that time. But it's going to be up to you to embrace it. It's going to be up to you to grasp it and move forward in some manner. So we've got that Five of Summer. Yeah, again, getting into that energy. So we've got this Five of Cups energy, which is coming through. And this really talks about, looking at things from a new perspective, right? When you get into that Five of Cups energy, if you're taking a look and you're only paying attention to the overspilled cups instead of the cups that are upright, You're not looking at things from all perspectives. And that's what I feel is going to be needed in order to see what it is that Spirit is bringing forth to you in this positive and joyful manner. Again, with a bigger opportunity being underneath it, you're going to have to release this energy and get into this energy of that grace and majesty. Okay. The Emperor. Yeah. So it talks about structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role as you have much wisdom to offer. This might be literal in the fact that maybe you're offered some sort of leadership role, or it could be the opportunity of a leadership role. It could even be that you were hoping for some sort of leadership role, but it wasn't quite coming through, but there is a secondary offer underneath. Okay. And again, I'm feeling like, go forth with, that grace and really take a look at, okay, maybe there's a reason why you're not getting that leadership role, or maybe that exact opportunity that you wanted. There sometimes is lessons or things that we need to learn. Sometimes it's skills that are underneath the surface, and they do prevent us, or they hold us back, like skills that are needed, or lessons that we need to go through in order to reach the position that we're actually, striving for. And again, this could be within relationships, it could be within career, it could be within work. I am getting, for some reason, that for many of you, this is having to do with work. This also could be a mindset. But what I'm receiving here is, there could be some sort of leadership role that you are maybe hoping for. It could be a change in a position, but it feels like the secondary, like something is coming through underneath it. So let's get some more cards. 8 of Autumn. Yeah, this is the 8 of Pentacles. It's a perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you the prosperity and career advancement. That's exactly what I was saying. Sometimes we don't, it's kind of like if you want to be the CEO of a company, and I'm just using a really broad example, but you don't quite have those skills for it at that point. You might get offered a secondary, type of position. It might even be an apprentice position, or, maybe it's something to do within that office pool of some sort. And you might be going, well, I really wanted the CEO position. But here's the thing, you might not have those skills. And the universe is giving you that opportunity, because this is like an apprentice card. Okay, this is that skills, that study, education, sometimes that apprentice, somebody just working hard toward reaching their goals. And I feel like this is what is coming through. We've also got the 6 of Summer, the love and care. So, I mean, this, we don't have to take the exact words off of this. This is just the presentation of the card, but it does talk about the love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. Yeah, so it almost feels like, too, for some of you, it might be that you're striving towards something that you had a vision of, in younger years. This could be childhood, it could be teenage. I mean, depending on where you are at the moment, what age you are, there may have been some sort of dream that you had thought about striving toward at some point. But it also talks about, I do feel like you might need to also, there might be a letting go of some old energy here, which could be presented with that 5 of Cups, that 8 of Swords energy. And it's going to be up to you to remove them in order to move ahead. If we're hanging on to old things, it's very hard for Spirit to give us new things. But at that same time, I'm also getting here, because of this 5 of Cups energy, this 8 of Swords energy, in the past, you might have reacted in a more negative way towards not exactly receiving what you were desiring, if it's not that exact thing. And I feel like you're being presented that opportunity to act with grace, integrity, like in a majestic type of way. And I feel like, Spirit might be halting some sort of progress. I don't feel like, for all of you, this is going to happen. I do feel like this could happen just for some, where that opportunity might not be exactly what you were wanting, but at that same time, something new coming in, something different that is going to give you that opportunity to move forward within this. But it might be that you have to demonstrate in some manner something to the universe, right? The universe is only going to give us things that are within our vibration. Okay, so this is going to be very important to remember. If our vibration is in a place of, well, I can't believe, so-and-so got the job. I deserved it so much more. I've put in so much work. It's like grumble, grumble, grumble. It doesn't mean that you can't be, disappointed in it. But if there's an element of like wanting to sabotage that person, or if there's an element of, feeling very rejected or dejected by whatever it is, it can set us back sometimes. And sometimes we have to look at those opportunities as blessings, because that, again, the universe is giving you something that you may have to work upon in order to bring you up to that higher level. I do feel like this is like, I hear like temporary. Okay, temporary. It's like a demonstration. Just pass this test so that we know you're ready for this next step. Okay. Balance, yeah. Or the dreamer. Sorry, this is the Fool. So it says you're starting on a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. That's exactly what I just said, right? Take a leap of faith. The universe is coming in for some reason to give you something. And you have to have that faith. You have to release some of this old energy. Even if you are feeling disappointed, or you're, it's okay to feel disappointed. It's just you don't want to hang on to that energy. You don't want it to prohibit you from moving forward. It's not like you have to sit there and smile through the whole thing and, cheer and, that sort of energy. It doesn't mean you have to let people take advantage of you either. But what it is talking about is releasing that old energy, releasing some sort of perhaps negative habit or behavior that you had if other people advanced ahead of you. Okay, so that might be something to think about as well. With that snake, we have Seven of Winter. See, it's interesting because we've got the Seven of Swords coming through, and it kind of relates exactly to what I was talking about with behavior, right? And it does say caution will help you avoid the loss of valuables, including non-material resources such as time or peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your actions, as well as what others might be doing behind your back. So again, as I said, I don't feel that you need, to let people take advantage of you. But at that same degree, I really feel like there's something about this behavior. Okay. So it almost feels like this behavior in the past, the Seven of Swords energy, where you feel like, people have done you wrong, or maybe you should have gotten something, or maybe, I'm gonna be honest, maybe for some of you, maybe you stomped around, maybe you plotted revenge, maybe, whatever it was. Like, that might not relate to you, but if it does, take it as it comes. But when you're in this Seven of Swords energy, what it can do is it traps you into this Eight of Swords and this Five of Cups energy. So this energy of sadness, not seeing another perspective. It traps you in this cage where you're feeling like you can't escape. There's no freedom, right? And that's what I feel like the universe is giving you that opportunity to release at this time. It's giving you that opportunity to advance yourself through using grace and joy and peace, okay, and having trust and faith in the universe. With that Fool card, having faith, right? Take a leap of faith. Trust that better things are coming, but there may be some sort of test in regards to where it is that you are at this particular time. And that is a hard energy, right? But here's the thing, is once we surpass that or go past that in some way, these new opportunities just all of a sudden open up. These new doors suddenly open up, and they can be instant. They can be like that. Even if you're in that energy, depending on how you react or change, or look at things in a different perspective, all of a sudden, it can literally open a door. It can snap open a lock. Right? You just don't know how it's going to do that. And that's what you have to have that faith and that trust in. So the next one that's coming in is that Four of Autumn. So the Four of Pentacles. And it says, be cautious about living a life of extremes in seeing things in black and white terms. I love the cards, right? Because this is exactly what it's talking about. Consider, for example, whether you are spending too much versus, hoarding your wealth or giving too much emotionally versus building walls that keep people out. So when you start building that walls, when you're holding on to that anger, when you're hanging on to that Seven of Swords energy, it is not going to move you forward. It's going to keep you trapped in a place. It is going to keep you within that Eight of Swords energy. It is going to keep you in that place where you're not feeling productive. You're not feeling that freedom. You're feeling that sadness, right? You're not seeing those things from that new perspective. And that's what they're asking you to release at this time. We've also got the Two of Spring. So it says, your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success, right? Because you've put that energy in. You understand the fact that that trust and that joy, that majestic behavior, that grace moving forward is opening up a divine path for you. It says here, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist in your endeavors or expand the number of people helping you. You can take that as it relates to you. I don't feel like that's important. This is just, the words on this particular card. But in general, that Two of Wands energy, is about choosing a path. Which path do you want to go? Are you looking for success or do you want to stay in this old energy? And that's what I keep getting from it. What I'm receiving here is with that Two of Wands, it's like you're understanding that having that faith, you understand that you're being guided by divine spirit at this time. Spirit is actually allowing you to live in a way. It also talks about living accordingly to your divine essence. So is your divine essence really in a place of hanging on to negative energy? Is it really into a place of just looking at the overturned cups, instead of the ones that are upright? Is that your divine essence? No. That's not where we're supposed to be as humans, as divine spirits ourselves, right? We are supposed to be in that place of joy and trust and faith. And that's what I feel is coming through in some sort of opportunity for you to demonstrate within this week. So let's take a look at relationships for you at this time, Capricorn, and see what is coming through. All right. This is for relationships for Capricorn for August 17th to the 24th. Remember that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, and co-workers. It's going to be up to you to determine how they relate to you, how they resonate with you at this time. All right. Okay. I'm actually being told to trust as I pull out, and I feel like that one. Okay, let's see what's coming through here. Treasure, trust, yeah. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. So, whether that whether the first love, mind, body, and spirit was due to relationships, it could be, again, it doesn't need to be romantic. Friends, family, co-workers, this could have to even to do with a boss or, perhaps even a company or an organization in some way. There's some sort of relationship. But I am getting, like, there's things that aren't being shown to you at this moment. It's an unforeseen. So you don't know exactly what it is, but it is going to depend on how you react to something in the upcoming days. Set your sights higher. Yeah. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. So it's really funny, right? Because I feel like this is the perfect card. When we're presented with an opportunity, sometimes what will happen is, again, we're feeling like we're stuck in that energy. This is all I'm worth. This is all they're offering me. I've put all this work in. And it feels like right now you have to get into that mindset of setting your sights higher. So understanding that you're being guided, you're being led at this moment towards a higher opportunity. You're being led towards some sort of treasure chest. Now, again, this could be within relationships. If we're not getting exactly what it is from a relationship, at times we tend to, maybe there is that Eight of Swords energy and that Five of Cups energy where you're thinking, nothing's going to change, nothing's going to get better. I'm just going to stomp around. I'm going to break up. I'm going to react in a way that is not it within my divine essence. Okay, it might even be a matter of having to act with grace and like being in a majestic form, having faith and trust in the universe, even if for some reason, that some sort of news is being upsetting to you. Okay, and I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying it is, but it's how we behave. Okay, because things can turn around depending on kind of passing those tests that the universe gives us. Does that mean that the energy within that relationship would change? It might, but it also could be setting you onto a path of something that is better for you, setting your sights higher towards something. Again, that doesn't mean that there is going to be a disappointment within a relationship. I was only using that as an example. We are going to get some clarifying cards, but it does say to wait. So, don't rush into action. Bide your time for better results. Exactly. Like, I do feel like, it's like, instead of overreacting to something, or whether this is external or internal in some way, I feel like you need to take another perspective. You need to take another look at a situation before you just overreact or react in a way that is going to somehow hurt the energy in some way. Sometimes people say things, that are, not exactly what it is that we want to hear. Right? But, if they're speaking from their truth, you really can't get upset about that either. But sometimes people might present an opportunity. And I mean, this could be something as simple and as small as, hey, do you want to go out for dinner tonight? And you're hoping on this big expensive restaurant, and they're offering you Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay. What is your reaction to that? It could be something just as small as that is basically what I'm getting. And I feel like you need to take a look. You need to take another perspective. You need to look at things in a different way instead of, again, overreacting or taking things in some sort of negative manner. Now, this doesn't mean that your behavior or that your mindset is always in a negative form, okay? It's just saying that these might have been reactions that you've had in the past towards certain things, and it's asking you to start letting that go at this point in time, whether it was once or whether it's been several times. We've all had that type of reaction, but for whatever reason this week, Capricorn, what I'm getting here is that you need to really take a look at how you're going to react to something, because behind that something is something better. Okay, is that treasure chest that's waiting for you, right? Because you're seeing that there's more opportunity behind this. You're understanding the fact that you might not be getting everything that you want at this particular moment, but you're understanding that by waiting and allowing that energy, approaching things with that grace, that majestic type of behavior, things are going to get better for you. There is going to be a change in that energy, that divine essence, that joy, that trust, that faith. Those are all going to play roles, is what I'm getting. All right, let's get some clarifying cards. So we've got the Prince of Autumn. And it says it's important to make a detailed plan before starting on any new endeavor. Once you have that in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. So for whatever reason, and I don't know exactly how this relates at this point, I do feel that has to do with the wait card. And again, it could be waiting before reacting to something, really, again, taking another look, another perspective. But I also feel too is that for some of you that are either wanting a relationship, maybe perhaps you're in a relationship and you want to enhance this relationship, it could be a person of interest for you. I do feel that having sort of a plan in place, an energy of where you want things to go, with the understanding that as you're setting your sights higher, okay, you're increasing your own standards. You're not settling, but you're understanding that there is patience behind that you might be tested by the universe, okay? So I hope that makes sense, because I know it sounds a little contradictory, but at that same time, I do feel, here's the thing. We always have to have our own integrity, right? We have to have our own standards. Expect the best for yourself. Don't settle. We should never settle in a relationship, especially, okay? But sometimes people don't always meet our standards, right? If we set our standards really high, not everybody's going to meet them, okay? But at that same degree, does that mean that you should like let them go? Maybe have some patience in there. It depends on how fast you're reacting. Are you reacting super fast to something that is small? Okay, again, take another look, take another perspective. Or are you reacting to something that really is going against your own integrity, your own morals? That's the difference, okay? If this is something that you can live with, that's okay. If you're wanting to, for instance, if you had your sights set on dating a lawyer, but this amazing guy or girl or whatever comes along who is making really good money, but they're definitely not a lawyer. Maybe they're a garbage person. Okay, does it matter? That's basically what it's talking about. Are you going to stomp away from that, or are you going to have some patience, set that plan, and what is the actual ultimate energy that you want from a relationship or from the relationship you're in is basically what it's saying. Because placing that plan for what it is that you want inside of that chest is going to help create the treasure that, like, when you open that chest up, you're going to see what treasure it is. The universe, if you can ask for a lawyer, but, what if that lawyer is like a creep, right? Maybe the garbage person has the most amazing personality, makes great money, and, maybe they're not quite up to what you had envisioned in your mind, but at the same time, you just feel super happy with them. And that's basically what that universe is trying to give you. The same if you're already in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, what is it that you want out of that? What is the treasure chest ultimately within that relationship? Take a look. Instead of overreacting to something or getting upset with something, as long as it's not going against your values, morals, standards, okay, maybe it's time to take another perspective at what it is that this person is presenting or offering, because behind that offer there could be a bigger opportunity with that person. We've also got the Prince of Summer. So a deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters. So stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. Yeah, like, why would you turn away something that is making you feel really good? If you're, if you're really happy with somebody, and that's, again, I kind of get that energy, like in some basis, it just feels like there's an energy behind there that you could be very happy with somebody. It may not be exactly what you had envisioned in some way, and it doesn't mean that you're settling, but you're looking at it from another perspective, okay? And look at this. Now we've got the Princess of Summer. This is beautiful. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or close platonic relationship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from somebody or be invited to a social event. So for those of you that are single and, hoping for that relationship, I feel like there could be that opportunity coming through. And I feel like you don't want to completely turn away that opportunity, right? And I mean, unless you're, really super not attracted, it doesn't mean go out with this person if they're doing nothing for you whatsoever, right? But if maybe they're just not meeting all of your criteria at this time. I feel like for those that are within a relationship, I do feel like this is a message that the both of you need to somehow rekindle a relationship in some way. It could be even a matter of allowing yourself to, speak from your heart. Let this person know how much it is that you care about them. I feel like a duality in here. We've got the prince and the princess. Okay, so this might have to do, and no matter your gender, it doesn't matter, but we always have a masculine and a feminine energy. It doesn't mean a gender, it's an energy that is within that soulmate type of relationship. And what I do feel here is there needs to be an equal exchange of energy in some manner. Okay, so if your person is trying, maybe you need to try. If you're just the one that's trying, you might have to relate to that person that you need that effort being put in as well. Again, take it from a look of that perspective. Is this person really trying? And I'm also hearing the words love language. Okay. I've had a lot of clients in the past where they'll say, but this person isn't, they don't say I love you. They don't ever tell me that they love you. They love me. Or maybe they'll say it once in a while. And my response to that is, well, what did they do to show you? Well, they did this, they did that, they cleaned up this, they do the dishes, they cook me supper, they rub my feet, but they don't say I love you. And it's like, okay, but maybe that's just not their love language. Maybe that's not the way that they are built. Maybe they're more action bound. And that's something that we have to accept. I mean, it's okay, of course, to talk to them and say, look, I'd really love to hear you say, I love you once in a while. And, sort of sit back and let them put that energy in. But you're not going to expect it every 5 minutes if that's not a part of who they are. Okay? Some people show things in action. Some people show their love or their caring with, in different forms. And I'm also getting that because it does feel, again, some sort of opportunity coming in. It may not be exactly what it is that you want, but it is going to be something that the way that you handle it, right? Handling it with that grace is going to change something in some manner that is going to be more positive going forward into the future. It's going to lead to that, that treasure chest. We've also got the Four of Winter. So it says, thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you closer to a resolution. But meditation and prayer will bring you the answers that you seek. Again, it's like, how are you going to handle this? Okay. Are you handling it in a way that is not going to be productive? Are you overanalyzing the situation? Are you not looking at it from a different perspective? Okay. King of Wands coming through. We have, now's your moment to sign up for a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused upon the big picture. Exactly. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. Look at the big picture. Look at that treasure chest instead of all the little, minor things that could, be that you might be more focused on. Okay. Stay away from over analyzing something. Again, if it's within, if there's attraction, if there's love with this person, if you're feeling like, that this person is falling within your morals, your values, your standards as a human being, and you do feel that attraction, that love, sometimes these little minor details are really not that important. Are they going to lead you? Focusing on those little minor details, are they going to lead you to that treasure chest? No. Usually they're not, right? There has to be that equal exchange of energy. At the same degree, you probably wouldn't like it if somebody was like nitpicking every little detail that you had either, right? It's a mutual exchange is what I'm feeling is going on here. We've also got the Ace of Spring, and this is beautiful, right? A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may have come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action and passionately pursue every possibility. So this new possibility is coming through, this new opportunity, this new way of passion. And again, not overanalyzing, allowing things to, that energy to balance itself. Sometimes it just surprises us and it brings us these new opportunities. It could be, again, as using just some random example, maybe that person, maybe just because he's a lawyer, maybe he saves a lot better than that lawyer does, right? And you won't know that if you just, look at it and go, well, that's not what I'm looking for. But yet you do feel this attraction. This person falls into all of the other standards that you have, all of those other criteria. But, it's something so minor, right? That's what I keep getting. So again, take this as it resonates for you. Okay, I can't pick up on every single situation, but you're basically going to know how this is resonating for you within your life at this time. We've also got the Nine of Autumn. So I love this card because it does talk about becoming secure within yourself, that Nine of Pentacles energy. Yes, it is a very much a like an individual card. Some people look at it as like the single card, but I do feel that it mostly talks about that strength. It's like that person who you want somebody in your life. You don't need somebody. You're set within yourself. If you don't find that perfect partner, you're going to be okay. If your partner isn't perfect, that's okay, because individually, you're very good. You're very good within yourself. You can hold your own. You're strong. You're confident within yourself. And I feel like this is the energy that is going to be surrounding you this week. I feel like this is also the energy that you may have to step into this week, recognizing the fact that, I'm strong. I'm confident. I can take care of myself. This person, whether it's a current partner or whether it is a future energy or a possible person of interest, there's also that element of knowing that you'll be okay either way. All right. And it doesn't mean that anything is going to happen within the relationship, but it does give you a different perspective upon the relationship. Because if you don't need somebody, if you're not in a place of desperation, or if you're not in a place of really needing that energy, it really changes things. It really puts you into your own empowerment in some manner, and it allows things to also flow in a different way as well. We've also got the Six of Spring. So you may have received a promotion or chosen for scholarship. Find that you're singled out for a special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all of the attention. It's interesting because, again, I do feel like that for some of you, this may have to do with work. Maybe it's a work situation. Maybe it's a work relationship in some way. But I am getting that even if something isn't being presented exactly the way you wanted it, it is leading to this sense of victory, okay? You might have to just have some patience in order, as it goes forward. And we've got the Nine of Cups. Exactly. It's going to lead to victory. This is the wish card. So it says now's the time when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. This is a beautiful way to end like this relationship section, simply because of the fact that if you look at this energy, it's like when you come to that realization, not everything needs to be, I don't need to sit there and overanalyze. Not everything needs to be perfect. Not everything needs to be exactly the way. What happens is when we let go of that energy, that's when things really start to form into what it is that we are truly desiring. It may even be that energy that brings those dreams come true and make it exactly as you had planned it to be. Okay, so let's take a look at a closing card from the universe at this time and see what energy the universe has to say, what guidance the universe has to say in regards to your energy this week. Again, watch for that opportunity to come through. Take a look at it from a different perspective. I mean, if your gut is really saying no, run, obviously listen to that, right? But I do feel that you may need to, wait. Right? Take some time. Wait doesn't mean to wait and not do it. Wait means also to go into yourself and really look at your own intuition. Look at what your gut is telling you to do. And are you speaking from ego? Right? Or are you living that divine essence of allowing things and new opportunities to come through? So that's what I keep getting. Okay, let's take a look. Telepathy, nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. That's amazing. Okay, that's a beautiful card, but I do feel like I need to choose another just to kind of verify the Selkie and her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. Okay, what I'm getting from this, for some of you, in regards to relationship, you very much may have a telepathic relationship with somebody. This could, again, be, within your partner. But what I'm really getting here is the energy that you're sending out is the energy that you're going to receive. So when you send out that energy to the universe of divine, of grace and trust and faith, what happens is the universe allows that energy to come forward to you. Okay, telepathy. For me, it feels like this is a time to really send out those energetic signals, those vibrations, that trust, again, that faith to the universe in order to allow it to create what it is that you're wanting to bring forth into this realm, into this 3D realm, claiming your authenticity. So again, take a look. Are you living that divine essence? Okay, that's what I keep getting. Are you living in that divine essence, or are you living in a place from ego? Because that's where spirit is going to take a look to the situation, right? If you're sitting there in an ego state of, this isn't what I wanted, this, blah, 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 whatever it was, like however it is that you're thinking in some sort of negative manner, that does send that communication out to the universe, right? Getting into your authentic self, your divine essence, living that divine essence, like that snake energy we had, that allows that universe to truly bring in what it is that you desire and that it is that you want to create at this time. So I truly hope that has helped. Please, if this reading has resonated with you, please click like, please share my video, and please subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate it. Many blessings and have a great week. Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading for August 17th to the 24th. We're taking a look into mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, and pulling a message from the universe. So please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. Also check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. Let's take a look into what energy is coming through for this upcoming week. So for the mind, we have the bear. Use power with wisdom. For external or for the body, we have the hyena. Dare to be different. And for the spirit, we have the hedgehog. Be a magnet for light, love, and joy. All right, so I do feel that for some of you, what this is going, I do feel like I'm focusing in on this dare to be different. I feel that for some of you, there needs to be a change within the energy in some way. It almost feels like you're reacting to something instead of allowing, instead of your energy being the reaction. Like, what I'm getting for some of you, and again, take this as it resonates, I do feel for some of you that you may be reacting to the energy of something, meaning that you're in an energy which might not be the most positive at this point in time. Maybe you're focused in on something. Maybe there was a slight disappointment in some way. But what I'm getting here is it says dare to be different, and it feels like changing this energy, using your power with wisdom, because I do feel there's a lot of power within you, Virgos, okay? You have an ability to be manifestors, right? You have that ability to be creators. I'm also getting here, you have that energy of charging forward, of creating what it is that you want, to making that path and moving forward. It also talks about being a magnet for light, love, and joy. So this is like the message from the universe. This is the message from spirit. And I do feel that externally, you may have to react in a different way that is normal, or something against your normal reaction to react to. I hope that made sense. I'm not sure if that was a full sentence, but okay, if things are going around you, okay, and you're reacting to that energy, instead of changing your energy and being that light, that love, that joy, that hope, use your power with wisdom, okay? A lot of times we tend to go into an energy that, let's say somebody disappoints us, okay, or let's say there's a romantic relationship for some way that, you know, somebody is disappointing us with. Sometimes we get into the energy of, well, you're going to behave like this, I'm going to behave like that. And I feel like that's what it's telling you, is dare to be different. Instead of looking at that situation and reacting to a situation, it feels like you need to change that situation from within in some way. Use your power, but use it with wisdom. Okay, take a look at whatever the situation is and say, you know what, I'm not going to react to this situation. Okay, I'm going to give you just an example, because for some reason this is popping into my head. And again, this could be within relationships, this could be within work, it could be, take it as it resonates with you. But what I'm getting here is, let's say you're disappointed in some way romantically. Okay, let's say somebody isn't putting in the effort, or maybe somebody's taking their time with something, or maybe there's an energy of something being delayed. And sometimes, we tend to react in a way of, well, if you're going to be like that, I'm going to, again, this is like the example that's popping into my head. I'm going to post pictures of me hanging out with my friends and drinking and doing this, and, basically trying to ignore the fact that you're ignoring me. Okay, I'm going to make it look like I'm still having all this fun. And that's good to do if it's authentic. Okay, if it's an authentic energy. But if it's not authentic, you need to back away. Use that power with wisdom. Okay, there needs to be authentic. It's also focusing in on that heart chakra, right? Right in the middle of that bear. Use this power with your heart. Use your heart, use this power with a sense of wisdom to it. Are you behaving in a way that is sort of expected from situations, or are you going to behave in a way that is going to be that magnet for light, love, and joy? Okay, now that example I gave was, very, very basic, but you get the general idea. How are you going to react to that situation? Because it does feel like there needs to be, in that reaction to something external. Okay, this is within the body. This is usually like external things that are going around, around us. It could even be our chakra system. Okay, maybe our chakra system is out of whack, and so we're feeling in a different place. Maybe we're feeling, more emotional. Maybe we're feeling in a way that, we can tell that we're unbalanced in some manner, like our chakra system is unbalanced. Maybe it just needs a little bit of tune-up, whatever it is. But I do feel like it's time to gather that power. Okay, like that power center, gather that power. And it's interesting because when you look at these cards, look at power, power, power. It has all of these like big, beautiful bursts, right? And for me, I feel like as we're looking at it, it's really focusing in on, like, again, heart chakra, heart chakra, heart chakra. Increase that heart chakra. Do it again, out of a magnet of love and joy and light, as opposed to staying in an energy and reacting to something externally. Okay, reacting in a way, and here's the thing: is I don't feel it's going to make a difference for the situation, but what I am getting is your reaction is going to make a difference for you. It is going to give you that opportunity to really focus in on that heart chakra, expand it, and gain more power due to some sense of control. Okay, it's almost like you're able to project, like you're going to be able to ascend some way of magnifying your power, your personal and internal power in some manner. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But usually, if we might know that we have power. Okay, and when we talk about power, that doesn't mean, that you're I don't mean power in anger. I don't mean power in, it could be, within some abilities of some sort. But what I'm really getting here is like your personal power. Okay, magnifying that personal power throughout this week is going to bring you some sort of new opportunity. It's going to allow you to become more empowered within yourself, is what I keep getting in some manner. So let's get some clarification cards to see what is coming through here. But I do find it really interesting that, you know, we do have those 3 power points that are really, you know, popping through for me, right? These heart chakras, they're bursting, right? And I feel like that's how you need to approach a situation. Or maybe, you know, maybe it's not a situation that is coming up or one that you're dealing with. This could be just in general energy. You know, maybe the universe is just saying, look, we want to help you empower yourself. We want to help you increase that heart chakra energy. We want to help you increase your own personal power in some way. And this is something to be focused on within this week, okay? And especially if you're feeling stagnant in some way within your own personal power, right? Sometimes, especially with people with abilities, is sometimes we get lost in a place where we think, you know, do I have other abilities? Do I have other things? And it doesn't need to be within the spiritual work. It could be, you know, within career, it could be within hobbies, it could be even be within relationships. Take it as it resonates. But sometimes we get into a place where we're stagnant, and I feel like this is an opportunity this week to increase that personal power in some manner. So let's take a look into what's coming through. We've got the 5 of Cups. Yeah. So when we're looking at things, it's time to look at things in a new perspective. Dare to be different. Exactly as I said. Take a look at it from a new direction. Okay. And again, this could be reacting in some way externally. Instead of reacting externally, it might be time to take another look at it. How are you going to react to something? Are you going to change that? Are you going to empower yourself? Right? Is what I feel. This might be an opportunity to empower yourself, to get yourself past this 5 of Cups energy in some way. This also could be a situation that may have brought you some sadness, okay? Whether this is past energy, current energy, upcoming energy, only you know at this point. But what I'm getting here is, again, taking a look at it in a different way, okay? Dare to be different in your reaction to it. The Emperor is coming through. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role, as you have much wisdom to offer. Again, maybe, you know, you are supposed to lead in some way. Okay. And again, this could be within a relationship, it could be work, it could be whatever it is, however this resonates with you. But I feel like you might be, by daring to be different and reacting, or, you know, empowering yourself in some way, is going to present you that opportunity where you may be also showing others how to either treat you, or how to treat others, or how to behave in some sort of situation or in some sort of setting. We have life experience. Yeah. So important changes are coming to your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in new directions, you know, that are right for you. So this is like the Tower card. There may be, now, when people see the Tower, like in traditional tarot, a lot of them get very scared and they go, oh my God, you know, this is, you know, my world is going to crumble, whatever it is. Sometimes, again, depending on our reaction to something, that Tower can actually be a very positive experience, right? It allows things to fall away that are no longer needed. It helps us to remove ourselves from this 5 of Cups energy. It helps us to take control and build something that it is that we truly want, to help us be that magnet for light, love, and joy. There might be another opportunity that's coming through in some way, or you might be able to change the energy of the current situation simply by your reaction and acting in a different way than you normally would. Yeah, 10 of Summer's coming through. So it says it's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy, balanced children. Now, here's the thing. You know, those words may resonate for some, and that's great. But what I'm getting here more so is that energy of that 10 of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment. This is emotional contentment. Okay, so I feel like daring to act different, acting in a different way, or acting in a way that is more empowering for you is going to bring about this energy of that emotional fulfillment for you. The Chariot. We talked about the Chariot, right? This is your card. So you can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you're receiving. This is a beautiful card. So again, you know, it's moving something forward. It's taking charge, taking the reins, okay? Instead of focusing in on what it is or focusing in on something in this Five of Cups energy. Again, taking those reins, moving something forward in a way that is going to be beneficial. It's going to be opening. It's going to be allowing that empowerment to come through. And we have the Eight of Cups. So you might be walking away from something. There could be something that is, possibly ending, but I don't feel that it needs to be that energy. This could be also walking away or changing your perspective. Again, allowing yourself to be different in a way that is, when the Eight of Cups comes through, it allows us to drop something that is no longer serving us. It allows us to head into that energy of that Ten of Cups emotion, that Ten of Cups feeling. We're basically allowing things that aren't serving us to just fall away. Now, whether this be, again, a relationship, it could be just a mindset. It could be maybe a career. Maybe you're thinking about looking into a new career that's going to be more emotionally fulfilling. Again, you're going to have to take the reins. You're going to have to be the one that is feeling empowered in order to take a look at this situation and bring it into that positive light. I do feel that for some of you, this might be just dropping old habits or, again, old mindsets, okay? Especially, use power with wisdom. It could be very much just dropping an old mindset for some of you and just taking a look at things in a different perspective, in a different way. It's allowing yourself to release maybe, to some degree who you were as opposed to really being who you are. Okay, I'm also getting that coming through here. We've got the Moon. Yeah, things are going to, I feel like, I'm going to read this actually. It does talk about it's important for you to trust your intuition. Even if you're unsure what's happening, all will be revealed soon. So worry is unnecessary. Sometimes we need to drop things. Again, it could be a mindset, relationship, career, whatever it is, possibly a place of work, whatever is coming through. But it feels like there's a reason for this. And I as I kept saying before, I feel like there's some sort of new opportunity that's going to be presented, but I do feel it is going to have to deal with, it's going to have to do with your reaction in some manner. Okay. Allowing this opportunity to just, allowing the energy to fall away is what I'm saying. Okay, going into that emotional fulfillment. You may not know what it is right now because the Moon, it keeps things hidden, and it might be hidden because there needs to be a particular path chosen, or it might need to depend upon your reaction to whatever this life experience is coming through, this situation that, might have to put you into this energy of being different, okay, empowering yourself. And remember, this doesn't always need to be a negative thing. This could be a very, very positive thing. Again, it's going to be the way that you look at it at this time. That Magician is coming through. There is magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need to be successful. So it might even be just that mindset that I kept getting. It might be that mindset of being stuck in this Five of Cups energy where you're, again, focusing on the negative. You're not looking at things in a different perspective. It might be time to just really empower yourself with that manifestation. Like I talked about, Virgos can be very good at manifesting what it is that they need or what it is that they want. And I do feel like there is some sort of change within that mindset in order to start creating within this 3D realm instead of it just being in that 5D realm, and also where you're looking at it in maybe like things aren't being created fast enough, or things aren't happening for me at this time. So you're staying stuck in that Five of Cups energy, that perspective that is bringing you to, bringing you down instead of uplifting you. And that might be exactly what is happening. But I do feel like there is going to be a change that is going to be needed to come through here. And again, that dare to be different. Dare to empower yourself with that strength. Empower yourself with that energy of knowing that whatever it is that you are leaving behind, whether it's an energy within yourself, whether it's an energy that is, externally around you, you're moving forward into a better direction of some way. Okay. And we've got the Hermit. It does talk about take time for contemplation, to retreat and go within, be a beacon for others on their path for spiritual enlightenment. And this very well could be resonating on its own individually for some, because we do also have here be a magnet for light, love, and joy. All right. For some of you, I do feel that there might be something around this in regards to, and again, we've got these lights. Look at this, these lights. It just feels like these lights are all coming through, right? Empowerment. Maybe you're supposed to empower somebody or help empower somebody. Maybe, it's again time to do something different. Maybe it's going to be a matter of, as you're going into this hermit mode, this is how you recognize that empowerment, because I do feel like these lights, like these aren't coincidences, what I get. Something to do with that chakra system, that heart chakra, that heart energy, even your core energy, changing it in some manner that is going to be a beacon, either for your own manifestations or possibly to help others on some sort of spiritual path, possibly. But I do feel that there is something that is coming through this week that is going to be very important for you to recognize your own strength. Okay, recognize your own inner core. Recognize the fact that it's okay now to drop things that are no longer necessary or needed for you. And there might be more that's going to be illuminated as you go through this process. It might even illuminate the fact, like, again, when I think of the moon, right? I don't know. There's just something to do with like illumination. I feel like there's something to do with empowerment. I feel like this is going to be a very strong week for you, Virgos, in some way. It feels like there's going to be a mind shift or a shift within the energy for you where things all of a sudden just click. If you'd been kind of lacking that little bit of click, maybe you were looking at, how do I change this, or how do I make this happen, or how do I become more spiritually ascended, or how do I discover more of my abilities or my own gifts. I do feel like there's going to be that shift. All right. But again, it's allowing some of these old patterns or daring to be different, looking things in a different perspective. It is what's going to be the clue within that energy. So let's take a look at relationships this week for you, Virgo, and see what is coming through. This is for relationships for Virgo for August 17th to the 24th. What's coming through for Virgo at this time? All right, music for manifest. See, again, it's like manifesting. There's something manifesting, right? And you know what? Here's the funny part. We have that moon, that illumination again. To manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. And this might even have to do with being in that hermit mode. I do feel like for some of you, there's some sort of change within a relationship. Now, relationships don't need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, or co-workers. Take them as they resonate. But I do feel like you're trying to bring something in. You might be trying to manifest a renewal within your current relationship, maybe changing the energy in some way. This could be a change or you're trying to manifest an actual romantic relationship. It could be, again, take it as it resonates for you. But I do feel like going into that hermit mode is going to make a big difference. Time to move on. That Eight of Cups. Let go of the old and the worn out so that the new can come in. Now, for some of you, that it might actually have to do with a person, okay? It might have to do with an energy, all right? If you're in a place where somebody isn't, treating you well, or, you're just not feeling it anymore, whatever it is, then take this time to move on as it resonates with you. This could be a confirmational card for somebody, like getting that confirmation saying, oh, okay, well, there, I just made my decision about my next move. But I do feel this has to do, for some, more to do with energy than it does to do with an actual circumstance, okay? Again, take it as it resonates, but I do feel it's like releasing that old energy. Dare to be different. Dare to be different. Start the manifestation process toward what it is that you do truly want, as opposed to staying within that same energy and repeating a same cycle in some way. It also talks about, can't make this up, right? Try different venues and experiences as a way to grow and learn. There you go, Virgo, right? Break free of that cycle. Yeah. I love it. I love it when the cards appear like this. I love it when they, when they change themselves in that manner. They, as you're talking about them, it's like, here you go. There you are. Yes, we're confirming exactly what it is that you're feeling. Time to break free. Break free. I do feel like, again, this is a mindset of some sort, or it's a behavior of some way. I feel like maybe for some of you, you need to go in and create who it is that you are, or, take a look at who it is that you really are. Maybe, create who you want to be. That doesn't mean that you're changing who you are. It means that, bringing in a different energy, a more empowering energy. If you want to be more empowered, bring in empowerment, right? That's what I keep getting. So let's take a look at, let's get some clarifying cards. And it's interesting too, because that break free, again, this could be just a confirmation card for some of you, if you're wondering if you should just walk away from a situation. Here's the thing. Even if you decide to do so, again, changing the energy, and embracing that empowerment that's within you, it can change a situation. Okay, it doesn't mean that you should do it in order to change the situation, because it basically, you have to do something to empower yourself, to make yourself stronger, to give you that strength. But doing so can change a situation, most definitely. All right. I'm just going to shuffle off of camera for a second, just simply because I do, actually I want to get them really shuffled here. Okay, let's do that. And one more. All right, let's see what's coming through. Yeah, 6 of Summer. It says here, the love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories may be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. So for some of you, this is also can be sometimes considered like the soulmate card, past lives card. Okay, so if there is a soulmate relationship that you've been either within, maybe there's a stagnant energy at this time. Maybe you're wanting to move it forward. Maybe you're, again, maybe you're wondering if you should move it on. I do feel like there could be a renewal, but it does need to change. That energy needs to change, because you might be in that place of ego or, non-empowerment, right? And again, going into that energy of empowerment within yourself, doing things in a different manner. Time to break free from old habits or old thought processes, right? Can change the energy. We're getting, see, look at that 9 of Cups coming in. So this is about wishes coming true, right? Changing the energy creates that opportunity for your wishes to come true. We've also got the Prince of Winter. So when the Prince of Swords comes in, this is like charging ahead, okay? It's getting ready for progress. So I feel like things will speed up. I feel like this is like the fastest moving prince within the deck. And what I'm getting here is, once you change your mindset, this is where things are really going to start progressing, whether it's progressing within a current relationship, whether it's progressing with somebody that you would like to bring forth into a relationship in some way. It could be changing the energy of a situation. But what I'm getting here is, again, changing that mindset brings about that almost immediate change. We've got the Six of Autumn. So this is about exchanging energy. There very well could be some sort of offer coming to you as well. There could be an exchange of energy in some way with that Six of Autumn. But this is also about give and take. Okay, and I do feel that I'm just going to read the card because it does say your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts, acquire wise loans, or receive a grant or scholarship. In return for heaven's blessings, be sure to share the wealth with others through donations of time and money to reputable charities. So what I'm actually getting from this as I'm reading it, I'm feeling here there has to be an exchange of energy in a as we talked about that empowerment. So as you're empowering yourself, and especially if this is a soul relationship in some way, the more you empower yourself, the more you're also going to be empowering your person. Okay. When our souls are connected, remember that we are all connected energetically in some way. There's going to be relationships that have that deeper connection, that deeper soul bond. And I do feel like as you're healing yourself, you're making yourself more empowered. We have to remember the fact is that we're also empowering that other person in a positive way. It's allowing, again, that old energy to cycle out in order to bring in new things, in order to bring in that manifestation of energy. Yeah, look at that. The Ace of Cups coming through. So I do feel that it does talk about this is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insight. Exactly what I just said. I feel like for some reason, this empowerment and going into your own power. And when we talk about going into our own power, a lot of people get very confused with that. They're like, they look at it from an energy of ego, and that's not what it's talking about. It's saying, look at when you empower yourself, you're basically removing those egotistical or vanity type of energies, right? We're not looking at something, we're not looking at a situation out of revenge, we're not looking at it out of jealousy, we're not looking at it as again, going back to that scenario that I presented earlier of somebody who is in that energy of, well, this isn't this, this guy's ignoring me, or this person's ignoring me, so I'm just going to, post pictures, how great a life I have, and I'm ignoring them. And I mean, that, of course you want to do that, but do it in an authentic way. And that's what I'm also getting is like the more authentic that you are within yourself. Okay, it might be time to move on from old energy that you were hanging on to that was stagnating some sort of relationship. And that's what I keep getting is like the more energy, the more empowerment you put towards yourself, real true empowerment. Okay, knowing that you're strong on the inside, that you don't need to, plaster Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook or whatever it is with a bunch of pictures, of you and other people, or out at the bar or whatever it is. I know that's I'm going to extremes there to some degree, but you get the idea of what it is that I'm talking about, right? It's empowering yourself, knowing you're going to be okay within your own energy, right? There's no need for seeking some sort of emotional response from another person that's going to possibly be a negative response in some way. Because as much as we sometimes think that that we're expecting somebody to have a positive response, it actually usually almost 99% of the time turns out negative, right? Honestly, how many times, and again, going back to this because I just keep seeing this image in my head for some reason, how many times has it really worked out where, a person has posted pictures of themselves, with their buddies or having a great time or hitting on other people or showing pictures of, themselves in party situations. How many times has it really turned into a positive response from somebody else? Almost never. Right? And the response that you want from them, isn't going to be the response that you're going to get. You're going to get anger. You're going to get jealousy. You might just get them walking away. right? So that's kind of what I'm talking about here. Now, again, you don't need to relate it in that exact manner, but you get the general energy of what it is that I'm talking about. When we truly empower ourselves, we are recognizing our own worth, our own strength within ourselves, and allowing that energy to also project upon that person, empowering them in order for that energy to change to a more positive, that Nine of Cups energy of what it is that we actually desire. We can't make this up, guys. Come on. Four of Wands coming through, right? This Four of Wands is, again, it's very similar to like that soulmate energy card. That Four of Wands, you know, on the traditional tarot, it has, you know, it can sometimes look like that 1111. It's like Make-A-Wish card, right? That Nine of Summer energy, or that Nine of Cups energy, I should say. Make a wish. You're in a place of contentment, being complete within yourself. You're content within that situation, with your soulmate, with, you know, or a soul feeling. This could even just be with yourself, within yourself. But usually when this Four of Wands comes through, it really speaks about, like, it's like the marriage card. Okay, this is like the marriage card for, and did you hear that bird? It's like confirming for you. You can hear him squawking in the background, all right? It's like that I'm very happy and I'm content. I have my power. My person has their power. We're happy together. We're building. We're in this state of completion and moving forward to the future. This is what I keep getting. We also have that Eight of Autumn, Eight of Pentacles. So when this Eight of Pentacles comes in, it talks about, you know, being in a place of working towards your goals, right? Empowering yourself to work towards the goal that it is that you're desiring at this time. We have the Seven of Summer. So I do feel that for some of you, this does talk about procrastination. This is the Seven of Cups energy. This can be procrastination. It could be like a fantasy. It could be making a decision. It could be having several options, okay? And what I'm getting here with this is it's time to settle down, settle in, and really work toward what goal it is that you want, instead of all over the place. Because when we're in that energy that we can't actually decide, we're not really empowering ourselves. We're just looking at different options. I feel like you need to put that energy, take that time, go into that hermit mode again, you know, take that time to rest, take that time to really settle within yourself and contemplate your next move. Okay, what is it that you want? What energy is it that you want for a relationship? What can you envision yourself within the future? Whether it's, again, current energy, past energy, or future energy, whatever it is. What is it that you want? It's time to, like, you know, stop picking, you know, or just going for, I actually literally wanted to say going for the first thing that came around. Some of you, that might ring true. Okay, it feels like you need to settle in here and decide what it is that you truly want. There you go. We've also got, look at this, the Dreamer coming through. So this is the Fool card, and I love this because this talks about new, okay? It says here, you are starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. I feel like this has to do with faith. I feel like that empowerment, again, it goes back to faith, having that sense that you just know things are going to work to your advantage. Be that magnet of love and joy. Have that faith. Dare to be different is what I'm getting. Use that power from within. Empower yourself. Have faith that doing that empowerment, okay, doing things in a different way that previously you may have done and repeated, and it was just, you know, it's just a repeated cycle. It's time to move on for that. Have faith that the universe has something better for you within this week. It's time to manifest what you're truly desiring. So let's take a look at a closing card from the universe for you and see what is coming through. All right. this is a closing card for Virgo for August 17th to the 24th. Show me what it is that Virgo needs to know at this time. What energy is coming through for Virgo? Energy for Virgo. I'm actually really drawn to this one for some reason. Air. Yeah. Breathing deep, entering into life, exchanging life-bringing energies. Again, moving out of old energy, allowing this energy to be drawn in a more positive way. It's exchanging energy. Remember how we talked about empowering? And I do feel that there could be for some of you, that soul relation. Again, that could be just with you and your higher self. But what I'm getting here is breathing that air, allowing yourself to exchange energy. Empowering yourself is going to give that energy to those around you. Okay, it helps you bring in that feeling of that light and that joy and that unconditional love that is needed at this time, because I do feel that there is some sort of sense of manifestation that you're trying to bring in, you're trying to create at this time. And this is what you need to do. You need to be able to exchange some sort of energy. And again, we had that Six of Pentacles coming through. Remember that exchange of energy? I do feel like this is going to be very important for you this week. So I truly hope that that has helped. If this reading has resonated with you, please click like, please share, and please subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate it. Have an amazing week. Thank you so much. Many blessings. Taurus, welcome to your reading for August 17th to the 24th. We're taking a look into mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing card from the universe. Please remember that these readings are, general readings. They may not resonate with everyone. Please also take a look into your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well for either more messages or more clarification. Okay? Let's take a look. I'm hearing to stop, so let's go. So the parrot, listen intently to understand. That's for the mind. For the body, we have the sheep. Act with fortitude and cooperation. Okay, I am already getting something that's going on. Seize opportunities courageously. This is an interesting energy. So for some of you Tauruses, what I do feel is that there may be a partnership or a collaboration of some sort. Maybe something that you're wanting to head into. This could be a relationship. It could be a work partner. It could be a career move of some manner. I do feel that for some of you, you may feel like something is being stuck at this moment, or maybe it's the fact that you're feeling like maybe a project or some sort of situation isn't going exactly in the way that you had wanted. It feels like there's opposing forces coming through here. So listen intently to understand. It feels like, you have these parrots that are like chattering away, right? What I'm getting here is that with these parrots, I do feel like there is, maybe somebody is being misunderstood. It could be you. It could be somebody else. I feel like that within your mind, you're feeling like maybe you're not being heard, or maybe you're not listening exactly to what it is that somebody else is saying. It doesn't mean that you have to agree, but maybe you're just not listening at this moment. Maybe you're not hearing it, the right words, or the words that it is that they're trying to say, because sometimes we tend to misinterpret things. I'm also getting here is that for some of you, Spirit is telling you or giving you some sort of energy of listening, okay? And it's saying here it's time to take and seize those opportunities. So again, I'm kind of getting two forces that are coming in here, and this is going to resonate with, different Tauruses, right? Or different people. But this act with fortitude and cooperation. This is why I'm kind of feeling that for some of you, it could be the fact that there could be messages coming in. Now, again, it may not be particularly with another person. It could be coming in from Spirit. Maybe there's opposing energies even coming in from Spirit, which can happen. Spirit might be guiding you, but you might be in a place of being stubborn. Okay, sometimes sheep can be really stubborn. right? They don't always want to move, or sometimes they feel like, which is, they're heading off in different directions that aren't going to be the most positive for them. And that's why, spirit might be coming in and giving you some sort of messages here that you might not be, 100% listening to. I do feel like act with fortitude and cooperation. It feels like you are to cooperate with something or someone. Again, this could be spirit. It could be somebody around you. It even could be with your own inner intuition. Okay. Sometimes we get an idea, or we have a project, or we have, a goal that we're not 100% resonating with. Okay. But we might sometimes get stuck into this pattern. Well, this is really what I want, even though your gut is saying, well, maybe it's not. Maybe this isn't quite the right way that I do want to go, but I've already put so much work, or I've already put so much effort, time, whatever it is, into it, that I don't want to let it go at this time. But this eagle spirit is coming through and saying, look, I might have a new opportunity for you. It could also be a change within that opportunity, or a change within whatever it is that project. It might be just a little, tweaking of that project that you might not be listening to. But I do feel that spirit is trying to give you some sort of message at this time. Spirit is trying to cooperate with you, or there's somebody around you that is trying to cooperate with you, but you might be in this place of not quite listening. Okay, because it does talk about listen intently to understand. Okay, I feel like that is a very important message for some of you Tauruses. So let's take a look into, get some clarifying cards in regards to this at this time. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, again, it could be a partner, of some sort, a romantic, or it even could be a work partner. It could be, a project of some sort. It could be even that people have been trying to give you some ideas in regards to something, especially if you're seeking advice and you might not be listening. But I also feel like, again, take this as it resonates with you. I do feel like opportunities, or some sort of ideas, or something is coming at you, but you might be closed off. You might not be in that place of wanting to cooperate. For some of you, maybe you are cooperating, but at the same time, there needs to be an element of listening that's coming in through here. Okay, so let's take a look. We've got the 10 of Springs. So this is like a burden, right? This is when we have that 10 of Wands coming in. It can be feeling overwhelmed. It can be feeling overworked. Maybe you've been working, again, like I said, really hard at something. So you're not quite ready to let something go, even though there's a better opportunity for you. This also could be in a place like, things are just not moving. Like, again, feeling like that burden, it's hard to get through. Sometimes spirit will put roadblocks in our way. It's kind of like, you can see this Saint Bernard, he's got to trudge through, all of the snow to get to his destination. That can be a burden, right? It can, it can be heavy. It can be hard. It's like wading through mud, at times. And I do feel like if this energy is coming through for you, that spirit is it's because spirit's trying to show you another way. There's another way to go. There's something, that there's better for you. Maybe, again, cooperate, with spirit, or it could be cooperating with a partner, or it could be maybe perhaps that partner or a person that is around you is giving you that sense of a burden. Okay, and maybe you need to listen in order to remove those burdens in some manner, or to change the energy in some way. There needs to be a sense of cooperation to move forward. 5 of Summer. This is really coming through this. I don't know what it is with this 5 of Cups, but I've had it in almost all of the readings. It's been showing up today. So I feel like people are in a really heavy energy going back into this 10 of Spring. But this 5 of Summer is really like looking at things from a different perspective. And I feel like that is what's needed at this time. Again, looking at things from a different, a different viewpoint, a different perspective. Stop focusing in on the overturned cups, the ones that are spilled. It's time to start focusing in on what spirit is trying to bring forth to you. It's trying to lead you to this you've got this rainbow here. It feels like for some of you, you might even be out of balance because we do have, this rainbow, like this chakra system coming through. And that might be very relevant for you. It might be at the fact that, Spirit is showing you a way to balance yourself out within that chakra system, but you might not be listening. Okay, we have that Five of Summer again, focusing in on more negative things or past things, as opposed to looking at what is bright and beautiful and what could be, a fulfilling and rewarding step forward. We have the Eight of Autumn. Yeah, working. Again, this could be apprentice. It could be working with somebody. There could be some sort of sense of cooperation that needs to happen. Maybe, it could be like, it does talk about it's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. So again, I do feel like there's something lacking here. It just feels like you're supposed to be moving forward. I feel like for some of you, you're working, right? It's like, again, you've got this goal in your head and you're heading toward it, which is wonderful. But again, there might need to be some sort of tweaking within this project or within this relationship, or however this is resonating with you. But, it's like, this parrot has its head right down in the book. It's not looking around it. It's not listening. It's almost like in this place where that if somebody was talking, they're not listening because they've got their head stuck in here. They're just working and going towards their goal. But again, that it might present that element of burden, right? It might present that element of feeling overwhelmed, because when you're just working or heading towards something, but you're not really allowing Spirit to show you another path, or you're not accepting the messages that are coming through, there's that lack of cooperation coming in here. Okay. And this can be a very overwhelming energy in some manner. So we've got the Two of Autumn coming through, and it says you may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. Again, like this bird has his head in that head in his book. There's some burdens that are coming through. You might be feeling overwhelmed. Again, I feel like this matter of cooperation, like there needs to be some sort of cooperation, whether this is with you with Spirit, you with your higher self, you with an actual physical person in some way. Life experience. Yeah. Important changes are coming into your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in the new directions are right for you. All right. So, again, I feel like, the interesting thing is, because this is a major arcana, this is like the Tower card in traditional tarot. So when this comes through, I really do feel that from Spirit, it's also saying, look at, what? To some degree, if you don't start listening, right, things could crash down. Whether this is your health, this is, maybe stress is going to get you. Maybe, there's, might bring you into this place of like more burden. This project could, or whatever, again, however this is relating to you, I do feel like there needs to be that element of opening up and allowing something new, some sort of new energy to come through. Again, cooperation coming in. Yeah, you're hanging on to something. You're not letting go of an idea or a project or an emotion. There's something that you're hanging on to at this time, and you're not letting it be released, even though Spirit is somehow giving you the signs toward it. It's time to just let it go. And again, I don't feel like it's a complete scrap of something, but what I'm getting here is I'm feeling like you're going to be shown a different way, or that you have been shown a different way. It might be a new way of doing something. It might be a new way of receiving. It could be, again, just like I said, a little twerk, like tightening a screw in some way that is going to bring about more prosperity, is going to be a better way to do something. But again, you're not listening, and this could even be from a partner. Okay, and that's why that cooperation is coming through, whether this is a romantic partner, a work partner, a business partner, whatever it is. I feel like you might be stuck in this place of being stubborn and you're not listening, right? head in the books, just working. Nope, I'm just closing myself off to everything. I'm not listening. I'm staying within this element. I'm not seeing things in a new perspective. I'm just going to carry these burdens. And I'm also getting here, there might be an element of feeling like you're, you know, when you're doing all the work on something, let's say there's you and a partner, okay? And, you know, again, romantic, business, whatever it is. You know, when you're doing all the work for something, and it starts to feel, you feel like that partner isn't contributing, or you feel like somebody isn't putting in as much time or effort or whatever it is. It starts to feel like a burden. It starts to feel like overwhelmed. You start to get, you know, pissed off, right? And this is what I'm also getting from this. And it could be that element that, again, you need to listen, because if you're so intent on creating something, but you're not listening to the, whatever it is, the advice or the guidance, or perhaps a new way of doing something, there could be that tower moment where you might not have that cooperation anymore. Okay, it might be that somebody was trying to cooperate, but you're just closing yourself down and shutting yourself off and going, nope, this has got to be my way or the highway kind of, you know, experience, right? And that's what I'm feeling from this. It does feel like, again, ego's trying to bring in, it's trying to bring in some sort of sign. It's trying to bring in a pathway that is going to open up to you in some manner. Yeah, new perspective. Again, you know, like it could leave you feeling literally like you're out in the cold. Okay, that Five of Pentacles feeling. You could feel alone. You could feel like, you know, you're being abandoned, right? But again, it's the perspective. We've got this Five of Summer. We've got the Five of Autumn. You know, these are energies that you really need to switch around. You need to look at from a different angle. Okay, what is it that you are ignoring at this time? What is it that you're not allowing to come in? What is it that you're not allowing yourself to hear? What are you, what are you sticking your head in the book about? What are you working towards? Well, you know, if you're working towards a goal, and especially if you're working with somebody in some manner, you know, whether it's yourself or with spirit, or with somebody else or with spirit, you know, you have, there has to be that sense of cooperation. Okay. I'm also hearing, I just literally heard in my head right now that it's like, get out of the way, you know, and let spirit help you, right? How are you, you know, if you're asking for help, if you've asked for help in some manner from spirit, and spirit's giving you the messages and you're staying stuck in a place where you're not listening, how is spirit going to help you then? Right? Okay. Yeah. See? Exactly what I just said. It's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that God will lift you up to new heights and give you greater self-confidence if you affirm your freedom. Again, this Eight of Swords energy is being trapped within our heads. Right? We're feeling trapped. We're feeling trapped within whatever situation this is. We're feeling trapped within, you know, not really moving forward, like things aren't working out. We're feeling trapped. But again, it's not. It's a matter of looking at it from a different perspective. You're not alone. Spirit is trying to help you or guide you or send you the people that are to be leading you, you know, or down a path, or, you know, helping you with this path that you're trying to create. But it's you that feels like you're being stubborn with all of this, okay? And we've got the Justice card. Fair decisions will be made after all the evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all sides of a disagreement. So if there was a disagreement in regards to this, or some sort of energy of imbalance, either just, you know, spirit is going to take justice of it and weigh it out impartially, or maybe as you're stuck in your head and you're thinking you're doing all the work and you're stuck in this situation, this Ten of Wands energy, you know, you're not letting it go, you're not seeing that new perspective, you're hanging on to this old energy. Maybe what you need to do is, again, step back and weigh everything. Look at it impartially. Have compassion for those and see all sides of a disagreement. So you have to take a step back and you have to look at everything, that other person's side, or again, spirit's side, your own self, whatever it is, but take that step back and look at it from compassion. If you feel that somebody's not putting in as much effort as you are, or not putting in the work, or whatever it is, take a step back and ask yourself, look at, how would a third party view this situation at this time? Look at it impartially, right? Allow yourself to see all sides of the situation is what I keep getting. Okay, so let's take a look at relationships at this time. Maybe this will give us some clarity, but I just feel like Spirit is trying to tell you something. It's trying to show you something. And whether it is in the fashion of an actual person that's, there or coming through, again, Spirit is sort of saying, like, look at, whether it's that person or whether it's Spirit itself or whether it's your higher self, however it resonates. Again, you need to have another perspective on it. Either way, whatever situation it is, take another look. Take a look at it from all angles at this time. All right. So, relationships for August 17th to the 24th. Let's see what is coming through at this time for Taurus. All right. First card that's coming through. Ready, set, go. Now's the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. This is beautiful. So this is within relationships. It doesn't need to be romantic. It could be friends, family, co-workers. Take it as it resonates. It also comes through, friendship. Make a date for play day. Make a date for a play day with one or more friends. I feel like you're holding yourself back again from something. Okay. And rest. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. I feel like you're holding your back from something. I feel like with this rest card, it very well could be, that you have been working hard. You might have been ignoring that people around you that are, it doesn't need to be exactly a friendship. It still could be a romantic relationship. But I do feel like you might need to just take a day and go and spend time with these people that are truly cherishing you and loving you. Take some time. And again, it might give you a different perspective on something, because when we're in that energy of like that Eight of Pentacles where we just got our nose to, the grind and we're just working and that's it. And we're not lifting our head up for air. That can become a very stagnant energy. That might even be part of that, what Spirit is trying to tell us. Look at things from a new perspective, right? And it sometimes getting into this energy of allowing yourself to, make some sort of contact with a person. Now, whether this is physical or emotional or, spiritual, whether it's a friend or an actual lover in some place, in some way, I do feel, or this could even be a spouse for some of you, I do feel that you need to take that rest. Maybe that is what that person is trying to say, right? We're not listening to. Maybe they're asking for your attention or needing your attention at this moment. So again, take that as it resonates, but it was really saying here, ready, set, go. I also am getting here that for some of you, there could be a person or some sort of relationship that you've been debating about moving forward with. I do feel that you need to go in, and really contemplate this, really take that time, get your nose out of that book or get your nose out of that work, or get your nose out of that mindset in some way. And maybe it's time to move forward. Okay, listen to the messages that are coming in regards to moving forward too, but it is saying now's the perfect time to embrace your heart's desire, what it is that you want. Okay, if this is somebody that you truly want in your life, you have to make the effort to go for it. You have to make that effort to move it forward. Even if this is in a current relationship, such as a marriage or a partnership of some sort, again, I'm feeling like there needs to be some sort of release of energy in some way. Maybe this is a way for you to really listen, as to what it is that they're saying, that cooperation coming in. It could be very much so that, that mind, body, and soul section that we just took a look at. It could be somebody wanting to have some attention or needing some attention in order to create a deeper relationship with you. Again, that Tower experience coming through, because if we're just focusing on our work and we're not paying attention to the people around us, especially the important relationships within our life, it could bring in that Tower moment where things are just decided for you, especially with that Justice card coming through. Things could be just decided for you. And, if that's the energy that you're focused in on, it doesn't mean that you need to, spend all of your time playing. It's not saying that. It's saying, like, take a day or take some time, put aside, maybe even it's a matter of a schedule of some sort, and saying, look at, every Saturday we're going to, have a date night, or every Saturday I'm going to take some rest, especially, if you're single, I'm going to reconnect with my friends. I'm going to make an actual, plan to move forward. And if you are seeking a relationship, that could be how that relationship comes through. At that, it just feels like a release of energy on some way. Like you need to release this energy. You need to get, those burdens off of your back. You need to get, release that stress. You need to look at things from a different perspective. But we're not going to see things in a different perspective if we're just focused in on what it is that we're doing. Sometimes taking that energy, I'm actually, it's really funny because I'm actually getting a scene from The Shining. If you've seen that old movie, The Shining, all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? And that is what keeps playing through my head. It's like if you just got your head into that book or, into your work, and meanwhile, you're ignoring, important relationships around you, that is going to bring about some sort of sense of that Tower moment. We can only expect people to be patient so long. Right? Is what I'm getting from some of it. And that even could just do with our friendships. All right. It could be just, or even that relationship within ourselves, because, if you remember the movie The Shining, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's all he's doing, right? Working, trying to come up with ideas, but it's giving that new perspective. Now, obviously that movie didn't turn out, very good for him. But what I'm saying is, you sometimes you need a different perspective. Sometimes you need to take that rest, go hang out with people, go spend some time with people that are close to you, spend some time, whether, even if you can't, socially get together for some reason, have a FaceTime, have a FaceTime date, or, go do something, have a social distance walk, do whatever it is, but get your mind away, because that's where new perspectives come through. But I do feel for some of you that it is time to also really put that energy toward somebody that is craving your attention at this moment. It feels like they might be feeling a little bit neglected. And which is understandable if that's all you're doing is working. No matter what your goal is, we can't expect everybody to just be on hold for us all the time. Right? And that's what I'm also getting in here. So let's get some clarifying cards. Yeah, unity. Look at that. All right. Embrace the time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, find a new leader, or a special time with others who are also on a sacred path. So I do feel like unity, like this is bringing people together. This is like the traditional Hierophant. This could be an actual relationship for some of you that you need to unify in some way. You need to bring a new, a new perspective, a new energy into this relationship. Nine of Summer, Nine of Cups coming through. So this is the wish card. Here's the thing, Taurus, what it is that you are wishing for can come to fruition is what I'm hearing. But again, there needs to be some sort of unification. Now, again, it could be that cooperation that we had from that first round where you need to have that cooperation with somebody. It could be unifying with that partner, maybe even opening up to that partner, listening to what your partner says. Or it could be, again, some sort of unity with just within spirit or within yourself in some way to bring about this this Nine of Cups energy, this wish fulfillment. But I do feel like you need to rest, okay? And I feel like this rest and spending time, whether it's nature, just doing something that's going to be fun, or doing something that's for you, is going to help change that energy. It's going to recycle that energy. It's going to bring in new. It's going to bring in these dreams that you are desiring, that you are trying to create. Yeah, you got to let go of your ego. Right? And I actually said that in like the first round there, there's something that you're hanging on to, like you're hanging on to some sense of something, but it really comes down to our ego, right? This is, it does say, you may feel that you're trapped in, again, situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. Can't get any more clear than that. I do. I feel like there's a change that needs to come. This change needs to come from within you. I don't feel that you can put that responsibility on others. I do feel, whether it's others' behavior or not, is insignificant. I do feel that for what Spirit is trying to tell you is that there needs to be this unification. You need to let go of that ego. You need to, again, look at things from a new perspective, look at it in a new light, in order to bring about a new energy into whatever this is. Balance, okay? By merging various points of view, you can generate an extraordinary new idea. Compromise with others and collaborate to discover a better solution. Do I need to say more? I love it when the cards verify the messages that I'm intuitively picking up. I love that because it really, it really gives me that validation, but it also, I feel like, gives, the viewer the validation of what it is that is being said, through these messages that are coming through, because I hear it from Spirit. There needs to be that balance. King of Autumn. Yeah, you very well might be, wanting to get into this King of Pentacles energy, which is why you're doing all that work. So when the King of Pentacles comes in, he is very accomplished. He is very grounded. He's very confident. He does have that sense of security and that sense of, perhaps financial wealth or, material riches in some way. That doesn't need to mean that he's a billionaire or anything like that, but he feels secure within himself. He's worked hard at it, and in order to bring this energy through, which is what you may be trying to work towards, there needs to be that balance as well. Renewal. Look at this. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you. Forgive what has been without judgment and fearlessly embrace what's to come. Okay, I honestly feel like Spirit is screaming at me right now, like they're, or maybe screaming at the viewer, like it's really time for you to listen to whatever these messages, however they're resonating with you, and whatever situation that is coming through at this time. There needs to be, again, some sort of sense of balance. You need to collaborate. You need to be able to work with somebody. You need to be able to listen. You need to open up. You need to, allow that divine guidance to come through. Spirit is showing you, but I feel that for whatever reason, you might be trapped in some sort of sense of ego and you're not letting go of that energy. And the Spirit is saying, look, you have to do this. And again, I keep getting that Tower moment, right? What happened in The Shining, when it was all work and no play, all work and no play, he eventually lost his freaking mind, right? So, keep that in mind as I'm not saying you're going to lose your mind, but you do get into that energy where you're not seeing things from another perspective. You're not letting that energy change and grow and create something new, something that is exciting, something that, Spirit is trying to show you that path towards, right? And again, it doesn't need to be within relationships. It could be, relationships don't need to be just romantic. They could be the friends, family, co-workers, whatever it is. But I do feel like there needs to be some sort of change within this in order for a new sense of productivity to come through, a new sense of creation, a new sense of prosperity, whether within the relationship or whether on a material level. So we've got the Princess of Autumn. This is the Page of Pentacles, right? When it says a wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting and start a more rewarding and uplifting career. Again, I feel like Spirit is showing you a different way. It's showing you a different path. It could be a different path within the same project or whatever your goal is, but I do feel it's almost like, it's like, here's your goal. Okay, and you're here, and as you're walking along, I don't even know if you can see this on the camera here, but it's like, you're wanting to go in this direction, and Spirit's like, no, you know what, you need to go this way, because this is going to be a better path for you to get to that goal. And you're trying to fight through this wall. You're trying to break down this wall and go another way. You're trying to go away that even though Spirit's put up every sort of roadblock, or it's putting up, the feeling of being burdened and feeling of, things not feeling right within your gut, whatever it is. But, that ego is coming through, and you're not allowing yourself to take that different path. And that's what I feel, and eventually Spirit's just going to go, okay, well, it could be a partner. Right? Could be a partner that just says, I've been trying to have fun with you. I'm trying to spend time with you. I need some attention, and it doesn't mean in a needy way. It just means like, talk to me, right? Listen to what I have to say. If you're so focused on something and you're not allowing other messages to come through, eventually that person is going to get discouraged. They're going to feel like they're in a place that they're not important to you. Right? And that's where I feel like this need for friendship, this need for that play date, that, that need to, set a time or a date and maybe do this on a weekly basis, whatever it is, create that unity that both of you are truly needing. And then we've got the Three of Cups. What a beautiful absolute energy, because this does talk about celebrating, right? You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. So I feel like that's the more important energy. Cherish those that you love, because if you're not cherishing them in some way, if you're not giving them some sort of sense that they are worth your time or your energy, if they're feeling neglected. And again, it doesn't mean that you have to spend 24/7 with them, that you have to constantly cater to somebody. Nobody's saying that. What they are saying, though, is that if you're only like 24/7 working towards a project, or working, in some sort of career, whatever it is, there is going to be a breakdown within some sort of relationship. Again, whether it's within yourself, whether it's in spirit, whether it's within an actual romantic or friendship. Okay? Look at this, the star. This is beautiful. You are about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. So this is exactly it. This is what I'm feeling, is by following this advice, by following, the guidance that is coming through to you. I feel like Spirit is showing you this new place to go, this joy. Okay, this joy, this celebration is trying to come through. I really, truly feel like this is being shown to you at this time. It feels like there is this change of this energy that needs to happen at this moment. It feels like, just lifting your head up off the books and taking a look around and truly listening to what Spirit is guiding you towards, or what energy you're being led towards. There's a reason for it, and it's coming through with divine guidance. So let's get a closing card from the universe and see what message is coming through from Spirit for you at this time, Taurus. Okay. Oh, we're pulling two of them. Look at this. All right, the unseen. Now, too much is hidden from you. And it says friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, and delight. I feel like what is going on here is the unseen. Again, you're not allowing yourself to open up. You're not. It's like you're being in that energy of not seeing. That's what I get. Now, again, take this as it resonates. You know, if some of you feel people are hiding something from you, you know, that might be an energy that you want to take a look at. But what I'm getting here is that you're not allowing yourself to see. You're not allowing yourself to see a new path. You're not allowing yourself to see some sort of that joy, that light. Okay, you're not allowing yourself to recognize, you know, maybe perhaps the people around you, those people that truly care and love you and want to spend that time with you, those people that, you know, could possibly even help you, you know, and guide you towards whatever goal it is. It seems like it's like you're cutting off, or, you know, you're in this place of maybe you're even feeling unseen. Again, that, you know, having that Five of Pentacles energy where you might be feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you feel that things are going on around you that, you know, you're not fully embracing at this time. You're not fully being shown, and that very well could be. But I'm feeling this is more of an energy coming from within yourself at this time. And what Spirit, again, you know, we had 2 friendship cards coming through here, right? Friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, and delight. If you're expecting these qualities from people, you've also got to present those qualities to them. Okay? So I hope that that has helped, Taurus. If this reading has resonated with you, please click like, please share my video, and please subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week and many blessings.